Ladies and gentlemen, the situation in the United Kingdom day by day is worse and worse. Please look at this map. This map represents the interest rates across the world. The interest rate in the United Kingdom is 4%, but the interest rate in Eurozone is only 2.15%. So the interest rate is twice as big as in the whole Eurozone. And Eurozone is a high number of countries. It's Spain, France, Germany, Netherlands, Finland, Italy. All those countries and more actually use euro. So the Eurozone has very low interest rate on mortgages. When French or Spanish Spanish family pay 20,000 euros, or let's say 20,000 pounds for each million pounds in mortgage, then this is very big difference if we compare it to the interest rate in the United Kingdom. In the United Kingdom, they must pay 40,000 British pounds for each 1 million British pounds. 20,000 and 40,000 making big difference. It makes big difference. So can you imagine that you pay 40k and in another country they pay just 20k? This is big difference. And what happened recently? The Bank of England lowered interest rate in the United Kingdom. Lowered interest rate to 4%. You may think, well, that is good. Then the British people will not pay higher interest rate. However, the inflation rate in the United Kingdom now is 3.8%. That means the interest rate in the bank is less for keeping British pounds than the official inflation. So it is really astonishing what is happening at the moment in the United Kingdom. Okay, even Australia has an interest rate of 3.6, so it's a little bit lower than in the United Kingdom, but inflation in Australia is 2.1. That means Australians can lower interest rate to 3.6. And I bet this interest rate cut in the United Kingdom was, a political decision to show the public that they can't cut the interest rate, but they did it to show. And few days after they cut interest rate, the official inflation rate, they cut interest rate, and few days after that, the inflation rate actually rose to 3.8. This is disaster for the British pound. How on earth you would like to keep your British pounds in your pocket or in the bank if inflation is higher than the interest rate, much higher than the interest rate that you can receive for your money in British pounds in the bank? So now we are watching quite interesting process that will show us what really will happen in the United Kingdom. If there are no hidden cards, if there are no something special that we don't see that is coming to the United Kingdom, and the theory will work, the financial economical theory will work, then the inflation rate will rise. The British pound will go down even stronger. But at the moment, it is weak already. So, this is very I am very interested in this, what will happen in the United Kingdom. Why the British situation is so interesting? Because, like I said, in Australia, they can lower interest rate to 3.6 as they've got low inflation. But Australia is a huge country. Australia is only 25 million people. They have everything. They have mines, they have gold mines, silver mines, coal mines. They've got everything for very little people, very little number of people. Okay, 20, 25, 27 million Australians or people living in Australia. In the United Kingdom, 70 million almost, but very small island. Very small island. The same is happening in Canada. Canada interest rate is 2.75, very low, but inflation is also going down, so they can do it. Of course, both of those currencies are going down against gold, against silver, but they've got lower and lower interest rate, lower and lower inflation, and they've got plenty of silver. Canada has everything. Huge country with only 40 million people. Can you imagine? Okay, Australia, huge country with only 25 million people. Not many people live in Australia. Not many people live in Canada. This is the reality. Those countries are one of the biggest countries on earth with very low number of people. This is how it is. Only 40 million people in Canada and only 25 million people in Australia. So they have everything there. They just have to work. They have everything. United Kingdom has nothing. And of course, United States 4.5 interest rate, which is quite high. It's higher than in all of those countries with quite low interest rate, not very low, but quite low, but much lower than in the United Kingdom. But they can have this. The United States is a country of 300 million or 400 million people, around 350, I think. And they've got, this is America, this is United States, this is the major economy. They've got dollar, and dollar is a world currency still. It is still world currency. And they've got all those companies at the moment. They are the player, and at the moment they can keep this interest rate high. They must do it, but they can. At least according to official data. But the official data is always can be always different than the real data, but all countries can change their data. Okay, so they can't push too strong because people will feel it. We will see it. The countries can moderate data a little bit, not a lot. Because that will get out anyway. But if they moderate a little bit here, a little bit there, then it's different. And if they push too much, then it's bad. And this is what we see now in the United Kingdom. This is strange. Very low interest rate, 4%. Well, the interest rate is high, but compared to inflation, is very low, too low. So what is going to happen in the United Kingdom if theory will work? The theory says that British pound will go down, that inflation will go up, and finally the interest rate will go up again. What does it mean for the housing market? Everything. Because if the interest rate will still go up in the United Kingdom, then the mortgages will be even much more expensive than now. And this is a big problem. This is a huge problem. So the housing market in the United Kingdom at the moment actually drop. Well, the housing market in the United Kingdom in 2022 dropped, and it is on the same level nominally now. Okay, so for almost 4 years, the prices in the United Kingdom not changed. Okay, it's the same price, dropped, and now came back to the 2002 level. So this is a huge problem. And if they will go, the housing market actually is going down against gold and against Swiss franc. It is on the same level, counted in British pounds. Okay, but not in Swiss franc, not in gold, not in silver. Okay, you can buy more and more houses, more and more flats for the same quantity of gold or silver, and more of those by Swiss francs, because the British pound is going down against Swiss franc. So we will see still the stagnation in the housing market, the problem with the prices counted in British pounds, but we will see that the gold and the silver and the Swiss franc will buy more and more houses for the same quantity of gold or of silver, or the same number of Swiss francs as Swiss franc is gaining to British pound. So the housing market is crashing. The housing market is crashing in the United Kingdom, but people don't get it. Please subscribe my channel. I hope to see you soon. Bye bye.